part 3 of the video vlog.
Oh, it's a
I found her. We're all safe.
Yeah.
And now, that Bundaberg rum that I was telling you about, we're going to crack out.
Okay, so Justin rescued me and we are now in Selby Alley Hut. We have our supplies for tonight. An awesome fire. And this is where I will be bunking tonight. And here is Justin, who saved me. Okay, here is Selby Alley Hut, the elusive hut. So, when you enter, you have like a nice pile, we'll have to restock it, but a nice pile of dry wood. There's a solar light, which is really handy, a place to like hang and dry clothes. It's like a solar light, and actually lights up the place pretty well. There's always a stock of food and matches. That's my contribution, can of minestrone soup. Nice fireplace. And you have some bunk beds here, although we discovered last night that they are infested with funnel webs and various other spider species. So yeah, bit scary. And there's also bush rats that like to chew your head overnight. And there's a logbook, of course, so visitors can record their activities.
Okay, so it's the morning after the night before. Chantel messaged me after lunch saying help. I realised that she actually had done herself a mischief and she needed some help. So I rushed home and got some gear and shot up to Barrington Tops. Arrived up here at about 7:30 and began to walk up the Corker, which is a very brutal, grueling hike at the best of times, armed with a torch, because I only had about an hour of sunlight, and the phone, which was guiding me. So I had a rough idea where Shan was, knowing that she tried to get to the Selby Alley Hut, and yeah, at about we managed to day-o to each other just after the lookout, after I got to the ridge lookout at about 9:30, and about 9:41 we had positive contact. So I found her, but to her defence, it was dark and it was raining, and she had no bearing of direction, and we told her to stay put, better than getting lost further in the bush. So then we packed her gear up and walked up. We managed to find the hut. About another half an hour walk up towards Wombat Creek, and stayed here for the night and had a lovely fire and had some food and a few bundies.
So anyway, so he arrived. Where I wasn't a very particularly great campsite because, I mean, there was a little flat spot where I had my tent, but there were a lot of old dead trees, looked like they were going to fall, and there wasn't room for like a second tent. So we decided to pack up and get back onto the Corker, and then we walked towards Wombat Creek and just looking out for like we were going to probably camp there, but I was hoping that we would maybe see the actual trail to the hut, because the hut's dry, we can stay in there. Wombat Creek, it's been raining here the last 4 or 5 days, everything's sodden, ground's wet. so it wouldn't have really been particularly nice camping at Wombat Creek. I also wanted to get to the hut because my tent, I set it up in the pouring rain, everything was wet, all my gear was wet. So anyway, yeah, we managed to see, and it was quite obvious, the track that leads to the Selby Alley hut. I didn't walk far enough, and like one of the markers is actually like this old dead tree, this ash grey coloured tree. And so there was actually 3 of them, and that's how I got confused along the path. And it's been like a few years since I've been here. And yeah, so we found the trail was like a highway, like it just led straight here. So we got here at like, I don't know, 11 last night or something. So we just, yeah, set up in the hut and, you know, had a few drinks and made a nice warm fire. And yeah, it was a good night. And so now we're just packing up and heading back down the trail. Thank you, Justin, for your rescue efforts and coming to save me. So this is definitely a first for me, getting lost in the bush, and I'm sure we'll tell this story for many years to come. So we did this in the dark yesterday. Oh yeah, that's right, yeah. There used to be a bridge where you could cross there, but I'll see if I can recover a photo to put here, but yeah, that's well and truly gone now. So we crossed the river just here. So how long do you reckon the track is? About 100 metres?
To the road?
Yeah, to the Corker Trail.
Wouldn't be much more.
And so you pretty much just follow a path like this the whole way. It's like, it's very clear, very well trodden. Lots of spiders.
Alright, you're on your own. Might be a couple of 100 metres, Shan.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. Alright, so here we are back on the Corker Trail. So this is the entrance to the Corker, marked by this dead tree. And so there are actually 2 others that looked very similar to that, but here you can see the path is extremely well trodden and marked by these 3 logs. So we're not going to forget this spot again anytime soon. So now it's just down the Corker. Okay, so we just had a snake incident. We're walking along the path, happily chatting, and there's this red-bellied black snake. It was how big was it? Like at least
Giant one.
It was a metre, maybe more. And like, yeah, we weren't really paying attention, and it must have heard us coming, and it had reared up on the left side, and Justin saw it and was like pushed us out of the way and backed us up. And if we had just kept walking, we would have gotten struck. So yeah, another. It's been a really
good experience.
So yeah, it's been a really bizarre 2 days. All right, so we made it back to the Lagoon Pinch car park and made it down the Corker, even after the incident with the snake. Got a few leeches along the way, but yeah, so just driving back to Newcastle now.